This is a response to, well, it's a response to a response, but also a response to Geriatric 1927's First Try video. This is a 78-year-old guy from the UK who figures out how to use his computer, figures out how to use his webcam, decides to try this video blog thing he's seen on YouTube. So he says he's going to do some video blogs, and he's going to do some bitching and griping, and he's going to give an opinion based on somebody who's been around for a while and an older person's point of view. I think that should be appreciated, but the comments that he got were, "You're an old stupid man. Shut up. Shut up, you old man. Crawl in a hole and die, you old man. You should die, you old person. Old people don't know what they're talking about. Old people are full of crap," and on it went. I have one question. Why? What makes you think that only 14 to 20-year-olds have a right to be on YouTube or MySpace or Tag World or anywhere else? The news has been full of stories about pervs who have come around and trying to pick up young kids on those sites, and I suppose you've been told you should be leery of older people who come on those sites. Well, fine. If they're pervs and they're trying to pick you up and hook up with you, be leery of them. But if they're just coming on to make a video blog, or they're coming on to give you an opinion, they're not being bad people, and you shouldn't be telling them things like shut up and die. That's ridiculous. So I got to thinking, what's with young people today? Why do they have to say things like this? Well, what comes to mind with me when I watch YouTube and I watch the other video sites is I see these people lighting each other's pubes on fire and filling their super soakers with lighter fluid and shooting them, you know, at the risk of blowing themselves to pieces. Drinking hot sauce, putting a habanero pepper sauce in their eye. All these very wise things being done by these younger people, and maybe that's why they have so much wisdom that they can tell old people they're full of shit and don't know what they're talking about. So I guess what we should do is realize that those young people with those great ideas know a lot more than we do. So we shouldn't get old. I guess one of the problems with TV and movies is that they portray old people as senile and stupid. I hate to refer to a cartoon because I did in another video and everyone says, "Is that the best you can come up with, is quoting a cartoon?" I'm not quoting a cartoon. I'm talking about The Simpsons, and they've been on for 14 years, so I pretty much would say everybody's had a chance to see The Simpsons at least once. So Bart and Lisa are like 8 and 10 in that show, but they show the grandfather as being an old senile, wearing Depends, living in an old folks home, and basically being an old goofy man. So they look at the other TV shows like Everyone Loves Raymond and Seinfeld, King of Queens, Malcolm in the Middle, all these shows where in every one of them where there's a grandparent, the grandparent is being played by someone who's like between 75 and 80. Cloris Leachman is the grandmother of Malcolm in the Middle. She's 80 years old. So Malcolm's 14, his grandmother's looking like she's 80. There's got to be some strange ideas there where people think that there's always 60 years between 65 years between a grandparent and a grandkid. That's not true. I was 19 when I had a kid. When my son had his child, he was 19, so I was a grandparent at 38. If my grandson has a child at 19, I'll be a great-grandparent at 57. And if that great-grandchild has a kid at 19, I'll be a great-great-grandparent before I reach 77. And those are the people that are playing grandparents in this TV shows and movies. So I can see where your view of older folks might be a little skewed. But technology moves along. So instead of being pissed off at older people for being on YouTube or anywhere else, you should probably appreciate the fact that they're growing with the technology. I'm only 53. I was born in 1953. We had a dial telephone. We had a black and white TV that only got 3 channels. We listened to music on an AM radio. There wasn't even FM stereo until I was about 7 or 8. Or color TV, for that matter, didn't come along till I was 8. But check, technology changed. I didn't stop there. When I was 15 and I knew everything in the world, I never thought old people were full of crap. We were taught to respect our elders. We were taught to understand that they have wisdom and knowledge beyond our years, and we should learn from them rather than talk down to them. So technology changed. We went from AM radio to FM stereo to reel-to-reel cassette, 8-track to cassette, then CDs, then MP3s. We older folks get it. You know, we're not going to try and listen to an old AM radio when we could carry around a 40 gig MP3 player. And when technology changes, we change with it. I don't have an old black and white TV that gets 3 channels. I have a 55-inch high definition big screen that has a DVR and a high definition dish hooked up to it. So, I mean, I'm not sitting back there in the 50s and 60s. I'm living in 2006, just like that 78-year-old man, Geriatric 1927 is. So, you think he's an old man and he's stupid? How stupid is he that he's got 1.25 million views of his video so far? How stupid is he if he has 15 awards, including the most comments, the most subscribers, the most watched video, all those things within a week and for the month so far? This guy's got 17,000 subscribers. People that have been making videos since YouTube started don't even have that many. There's people begging to become directors, and they have to have so many videos and viewers and whatever to become a director, or so many people have come to subscribe or whatever. This guy does it all in a week. And you don't admire that? You should. See, this is a guy who took technology in stride, learned it, took the time to learn it, and is moving right along with it. I won't be 78 for 25 more years, and I hope to God that I've got it in my mind to be able to follow technology at that time. What worries me, though, is that the people who are burning their pubes and squirting gas out of their super soakers and whatnot are going to be the leaders in that generation. I kind of wonder whether I'm even going to be around then. And that's all I've got to say about that.